Come and talk to me, I really wanna know your thoughts. Come bust it up with your girl. Just be you, just Jocelyn, keeping it real.
Hey guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. I'm your host, Just Jocelyn. Today is season 7, episode 18 of Talk to Me Tuesday. We are coming down to the end of season 7. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, can't wait to get a break. Lord knows. But today we're talking all about take care. So as y'all can see, I have an amazing panel here. We're going to be talking about mental, physical, and emotional wellness today. So I got some of the best of the best with the table with me. So let's get into it. Of course, I'm going to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. I don't want to fuck my nut. But I'm just Jocelyn. I'm here for the comments. I'm here for the information. Y'all see I got my notebook. Y'all need to get y'all up. Y'all trying to learn something. You know, y'all feel like y'all already know something. You think you know. You about to find out you might not know, or you might need some additional services. So we got the best of the best. We're gonna start with the lady to my right. Hey,
hi everybody. My name is Tracie Roberts. I am the CEO founder of Takeover Apparel and Pretty and Strong Fitness. I give you a little bit about my journey. So I lost 120 pounds naturally. Thank you. So right now, I got you. Right now, I'm focusing on my personal training. I also have a children's book entitled "Mommy Isn't So My Fault." It's a book that focuses on children who have parents with mental health issues. So it's written from the child's perspective. This book specifically discusses when the child has a parent with depression. And a lot of times children think that it's their fault when things go on, parents are going through things. The good thing about the book is it's not just for children who have parents with diagnosed mental health issues. It's for children just with parents that deal with things, right? We all have hard days. So a lot of times we take things out on our kids, we kind of go and isolate ourselves. This book lets kids know that everything is okay, and guess what? Mama's just having a hard day.
I know that's right. See, she all with the balance. You know, she got a little bit of mental, a little bit of emotional, a little bit of physical. So yeah, so let's just go around that way.
Okay, my name is Joshua Ordipe. I am the founder and CEO of Elite ID Fitness. I'm a personal trainer here in Philadelphia. 5-year all natural bodybuilding competitor.
Wow.
So I compete in.
I
I compete as a men's physique competitor. This is like my 5th year doing it.
Okay.
So I've achieved novice level, and right now I'm training to get into my pro card and compete for cash prizes.
Nice. I got some more questions because I've been wondering about the bodybuilders.
Okay.
And they have a lot of rumors about the.
Okay, alright, let's get into it.
What's up, y'all? My name is Walter Carolina, and I'm a self-proclaimed wellness coach. I'm also a TLC distributor. I distribute wellness products.
Okay.
But I'm taking this all into a personal business of mine. With the wellness, working out. Because I got these products and they put me in the realm of helping people.
Right.
And if anybody familiar with the CBD, new wave, not new wave, but it's kind of popular right now.
Right.
It's real popular now. So I'm a self-proclaimed wellness coach. CBD, it deals with your system called the endocannabinoid system, whereas though it helps your receptors in your body to regulate, and it puts your body into something called homeostasis. So these products that I got is putting me in a room of helping people. That's what I'm on. I'm helping people with their physical, their mental, and all that. So that's me.
Okay. I got some questions about that stuff too, because I thought it was weed for a long time. Okay, so do we get high? That's what I want to know. How do we get high? But I don't think that's how it works. So we got a lot more to learn. So I'm glad you're here. You can, elaborate, and I don't be saying dumb shit. Hey, Ray.
Hey, my name is WomanLife. You can find me on Instagram as WomanLife. I am a veteran who has lost 130 plus pounds on her own.
Y'all making me feel bad. I got on the hoodie covering my shit up.
I'm saying, taking my journey and my experiences on my journey and helping people through the process. Like, I'm not a therapist by no means. I would never proclaim to be one. However, my own personal traumas have put me through therapy enough to be able to help people learn how to heal themselves. And that's my journey, and that's what I do.
It's awesome.
Thank you, guys. Well, I'm Keith Dawson. I am the creator of the Keith Dawson Foundation, a nonprofit that helps families impacted by leukemia. Also the creator of Trapping in Dark, Glow in the Dark workout where we have a live DJ come out. And
we all twerking. So ratchet. February 1st?
February 1st. But live DJ come out and just have a great time and personal training as well. So
I like that. That's interesting. I told y'all I had some little ass people. Y'all know I be scouring far and wide for the best of the best to get them up at this table. Because listen, we gotta get the good information. So thank you guys for introducing yourself. I'm so glad that y'all are out here. Who do I want to attack first? I don't want to tell the attack. But of course, like I said, the point of today's topic was basically just to bring that awareness to, how all of these, how the wellness of the body all works together. Like so many people, like you said, like we all work on our physicals. It's like everybody wants to lose weight or drop pounds and different things like that, but then they don't take into consideration your mental health or what that can do to you and everything like that. And then vice versa. So many people are focused so much on their mental health, but then they just let themselves go. It's like, I'm just so focused on trying to heal that I'm just eating my life away or smoking weed and thinking that you're doing better. And, so what are some, especially because most of you guys are professionals and y'all are, working with clients and things like that. Like here, I'm just a mere mortal. In this conversation, I'm just going to be kind of taking notes. But give me some of the things that you guys see that are the most common misconceptions with the work that you do. And y'all can all answer because y'all all do different kind of work.
I feel like it would probably be the same answer for all of us, where people think that the physical activity is the bulk of it.
Right.
And that is not the bulk of it at all.
Yeah, I agree.
The most important muscle is the mind.
Right, that's right.
A lot of people disregard that in a sense,
Right.
So with me, right, the products that I do sell, the CBDs is being used now for is medical benefits, and but people think it's not just for the physical. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's for the mind as well, because your mind, it's called something called serotonin, and CBD helps promote serotonin in your body.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So, and that's all panic attacks is. Panic attack is when your mind is overcome with fear. So a lot of people
Or stress.
Because
I have seizure and stress-induced seizures, which means good stress or bad stress. If my body says it's too much, my brain shuts it down.
Right.
So it's like that whole thing where there's some of the things that it may not even have anything to do with the serotonin levels or anything like that. It's just that's how my body reacts.
Okay.
But that also goes with the layers of trauma. So that's what I mean by it. We think that it's what we consume in our body, but it is actually what we consume, but it's what we consume here first.
Right.
it's definitely an emotional thing as well. I think a lot of times, people think about the mental and physical, but a lot of times that emotional aspect of where you are in your life is the thing that gets you through a lot of those things to make you prepared mentally to get through a workout, and then once you prepare mentally to actually get through the workout.
And I feel like, or the opposite, because I've been in a situation when you're in a good mood, it's like, fuck it, I'm going to the gym, I'm about to work out, I'm gonna eat healthy, because I'm having a great day.
Right.
But then tomorrow,
Right.
I'm not. And I'm eating a 25-piece of chicken wings. I'm not going to the gym, I don't want to talk to anybody, so I definitely like that you say that, because so many of us, we go into it based on how we feel emotionally. Even if I like your hat, motivation, like with the new year and everything like that. Y'all know I was gonna do this on the top of the year because I know y'all got these new years with me. Okay, so new year, new you, let's do it right this time. And I just feel like, we can feel inspired or motivated and things like that. So that gives into our emotional well-being. It's like, I'm feeling good, so I can do it. But on the flip side, so if you're not actively dealing with that and catering to that, it does make a difference. Tracie, how about you?
Yeah, I feel like people don't take your mental wellness into consideration enough. So actually, this is not the first time I've lost over 100 pounds. So I lost 100 pounds back in 2010, 2011, like in a year. Cardio queen. Went in there, physically I could do it. I went in there, I lost the weight, I stopped eating as much, but the thing, I hadn't worked on my mindset at all. So I literally gained like 125 pounds in like 10 months because I stopped all activity. I started eating, I started drinking, I fell into a deep depression. It all came back. I had not handled what was going on in my mind. So it didn't matter how much work I put into my body. It all came right back. So it wasn't until I really took control of my mental health that I was able to not only get the weight off, keep it off, and just develop a healthy body and mind all around.
It's Tracie with Tracie's Takeover. We just wrapped up an episode of Talk to Me Tuesday with Just Jocelyn. Check her out every Tuesday at 9 p.m.
To elaborate on that point, just focusing on the gym, you need to focus, most of your focus should be outside, what you eat.
Right.
I think a lot of us with like the mental part, we kind of like self-medicate with different foods. A lot of these foods are processed and we're not looking at like whole, all natural, organic options to feed our bodies, and so we can perform in the gym the next day.
Organic. Oh, organic stresses me out, right?
Yeah.
And again, I can be honest from where I'm standing because I'm such a cynical person, right? So I think everything's a lie. I really believe that. Like I believe everybody's finessing, and it's just, but I respect it because it's just like, you know, you got your thing, I got my, because I can finesse too. So it's just like it's just whoever's gonna buy the shit. Because I go to the market and then all the oranges look the same. All the apples look the same, you know, and I'm just like, okay, so the organic ones are $4 and then the regular non-organic ones are $2.99. So how do I know? Like, do you guys like know about that? Like, I feel like if you're not going, even at the farm, like, let me not.
No, I hear you.
I'm hella cynical because I'm like, okay, I go to the produce store, so I don't get fruits and vegetables from the market. I go to the produce store. So to me, I'm like, that's the best I can do. I just hope that I be looking for a flyer or something. I'm like, maybe if there's a bug on it, then they'll let you know I'm natural or something. Because it's, I don't know. So how do y'all like advise our people to?
There's actually a code that's produced out there. Either it's something that's organic, something that's like modified.
By the FDA.
It's cool.
Oh, we need to learn how to do it.
It's like if it start with a 5, it might be organic. If it start with a 4, it might be modified. It's like three different way food is produced for fruits and vegetables, and it's like 3 different codes. It start with a 5, a 4, or a 3.
Okay. So pay attention to. So is that the supermarket number, the code on the sticker, or?
Yeah, the code on the sticker. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But you can also think about it in terms of, you know, that's like going down a rabbit hole as well. Because if you don't have the farm yourself and you're not putting the seeds in the ground, you really don't know.
That's what I said. I'm like, they put the stickers on whatever they feel like on the farm.
That's what I would like to do.
All the things.
Yeah, right. And they have these weird definitions of organic that change over time. Like it has to be like 90% organic for it to have the sticker on there. But if you think about a lot of things, we're something to say. But even if you think about fruits that don't have seeds right there off the bat, you already know you need to stay away. You know.
Yeah, I didn't know about the whole. I'm like, I didn't never think about it. Like I didn't not know, but it just never crossed my mind. I'm like, well, where the fuck did you get a seedless watermelon from? Like, how does that?
Someone just not have seeds.
You know, because in my mind, going dumb. I'm like, well, is somebody like picking them out for me? Like, and they're all on the side. Is there more watermelon? So I don't know. So I know that there's a lot of different things that we come in contact with and the misconceptions and things. So that's what I want y'all to hear elaborate on. So does anybody have anything particular, like a special situation that they came across? Like, yeah.
I have one thing. There is no shortcuts. I think everything is instant gratification in life, and I think the furthest thing from that can be emotional, physical, and mental health. If you have to take time and effort to repair whatever you're trying to repair, and if it took you let's say a year to put on 20 pounds, it might take you a year and a half to lose 20 pounds the right way. Because you can lose 10, 15 pounds in water weight, but as soon as you drink another gallon of water, you'll be 5, 10 pounds heavier.
I didn't know that either.
30 to 40 pounds of toxins that's in your body. The product that I got a detox tea. And it's designed to detox your colon, your small intestines, your large intestines. Like some people can walk around with 40 to 50 pounds
full of shit.
I lost
Say it like that. You gotta be full of shit.
70 days. I lost 50 pounds in 70 days from using these products like not consistent. You know what I'm saying?
That detox tea has been one of the things that's been consistent in my system for the last 4, almost 5 years.
Oh, you take the
I'm very familiar.
That's what's up.
Very
Yeah. So when you say instant gratification, like instant gratification with these products, they pushing it there. Like they getting people over the hump. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like
at the same time, people think that they can drink a detox tea and do nothing else.
And that's what I was
So
going
we
to
gotta
say.
talk about that.
That's part of my journey because
It's a part.
that
Right.
tea was a part of my journey.
So I would drink the
beginning,
tea
right?
and the cheese steak.
And drinking the tea, but
Yeah,
I could only get
drink the
20,
tea.
30 pounds off. But like you said, I wasn't doing what I needed to do in my therapy sessions and speaking my truth. I wasn't not emotionally eating during those hard times and all that kind of. I used to be in a wheelchair, I used to have canes. It was real, so it was a lot that I had to overcome. So when you're the detoxing tea, just like the main thing, the detox tea is great, but the key on it is drinking water.
Yes.
That's your first go-to,
Right.
and we don't even consume that the way we're supposed to on a daily basis.
Because water regulates weight
Yeah.
loss. Water regulates weight loss, so you have to drink water. So a lot of people don't know that water regulates weight loss. So you have to drink water. If you want to lose weight, you have to have a consistent water regimen in your body. You know.
So I always knew, like, okay, weight loss equals water. Drink a gallon of water, or drink your weight divided by water, or whatever. But then you just scared me talking about this water weight. How does water weight work? Because it's just like, okay, what does that mean?
I mean,
For the people that don't know.
I mean, everyone understands that your your body's mainly consistent of
Yeah,
water.
you're right. 70%
So
water.
if you were familiar with boxing, what boxers do is they'll be walking around at 200 pounds, and then before the fight, they'll drop 30 pounds, literally, to make weight. And then the next day, they'll gain 15 pounds. They're not gaining pounds of muscle. Yeah, they dry out. They just basically, all the liquid and stuff in your body, they're just basically sweating it out and things like that. And
I feel so thirsty in this conversation.
But with the water weight and everything, I think a lot of times what the problem is people pay attention to that scale and let the scale defeat them. And you know, if you wake up in the morning, you may weigh 180. When you go to sleep at night, you may weigh 186. That doesn't mean you gain 2 inches on your belly or anything.
That's what I was gonna say. It's the inches.
Right, it doesn't mean
Yeah.
that. It just means that you just drank a lot of water. You might not went to the bathroom that day.
That's what I was about to say. So as they're drinking, like, what's wrong with drinking the water?
Ain't nothing wrong with drinking water.
It's like you have to. So tell us how that's supposed to work. You're supposed to drink a certain amount of water and then go to the bathroom a certain amount of time?
No. It's just a natural thing.
Okay.
And like with the water, when I say water weight, it's more so of a mental approach.
Water stored in your body.
Because I feel like I drink a lot of water. Like I can probably drink a gallon of water a day, but then I'm pissing all. I'm like, well, the water is all gone. It's coming right out.
Well, I mean, I should speak on that for the
Please, somebody.
bodybuilding aspect. I mean, that's kind of a misconception where you're actually holding more water if you're not getting enough water. So your body holds more, so your body's storing it because you're not getting enough. So if a gallon's going to be more than enough. So you should be expelling that water. That's a natural. It's a natural.
Because I'd be confused. I'm like, well, I'm drinking a lot of water. What else am I supposed to do? This is not enough for me. It's not enough working. So does anybody? Because Tracie, I know that you touched on your book, and if you guys didn't know, she's been on the show before, and we did talk about the book. But how is it? Do any of you guys have kids?
No, I don't.
Yeah, kids. Okay, so we like half and half, a little bit more than half or whatever. But I wanted to touch on not just your book, but that emotional mental state that you are in, whether you are working on your body or just working on yourself. And even for you guys that don't have children, but I know that children can sometimes like affect or not affect the way that you maneuver on things. So Aisha, I know you have kids as well, so how is it, like, do you incorporate your family in your weight loss journeys or on your wellness journey, so to speak? And then all of you guys, like, who are you incorporating, who is, like, supporting you so that we can, because I know for me, like, having children, it's like, people think, like, okay, the kids are your life, so everything I do, I got to do with them, and if they don't do it, then I can't do it or whatever. So I just wanted to see, like, as far as that support and that family aspect, how does that come into play when you're trying to go on these journeys of mental, emotional, or physical wellness?
So, like, for me, for one, you have to take care of yourself first.
Thanks.
You can't help anybody else until you help yourself. That's the biggest thing. And one thing that I'm really figuring out now, like, my youngest son, he's really overweight.
Okay.
I was actually talking to a client the other day. She was like, I'm just fat because it's genetic. I'm like, no, you're not fat because it's genetic. You're fat because of learned behavior, right?
And that's genetic. Your parents and your family taught y'all to eat that because they be in Big Mama's house. But
right, so with my son being overweight, that's how we bonded. We sat, we ate together. I didn't work out, he didn't work out, so we watched TV. We didn't move. So that's learned behavior. He learned to be overweight. He learned to overeat any emotion, happy, sad, whatever. Overeating.
And how old is your son?
My son is 10 now.
10 years old.
So I'm just getting myself to a place where I'm really good in where I am. And now the struggle is getting him to a place where he should be at this young age. And now he's not like a little kid where you can monitor everything that goes in his mouth. And so just getting him moving as much as possible and just making sure that he knows mentally to make the right choices, because then you don't want to put your kid on a diet, right? Because then that's what people do to kids too. They're like, oh, you
don't fat shame your kids,
right?
Or skinny shame,
right? So it's about teaching them what you learn. So just healthy ways. He knows how to read labels now. Okay. I give him options, like, okay, we're gonna have a snack. What do you want? I give him options, so he has a choice. Not like, oh, you can only have this, and that. Like, no, okay. Do you want an apple? Do you want carrots with peanut butter? Like, instead of only having those options that are bad for you, now we have options that are good, and he feels like he's making a choice now.
Hey, this is Josh from Elite ID Fitness. Just finished up an interview with Talk to Me Tuesday. Check in every Tuesday at 9 p.m. for great interviews.
So it's really difficult, but it all starts with you. You have to get yourself right. Because how would I teach him that? If I'm sitting there overweight and I'm like, oh, I'm snacking on cookies all the time.
I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all. He's not gonna say that, but he might be thinking. But I do like what you said. Like two key factors. Number one, and that was where I was going, and I wanted to see, because a lot of us, and I can speak for myself as a parent, we get so wrapped up in our children, and we are learned that, take care of your kids, put your kids first, everything like that. But then it's just like you get so wrapped up in them that you do lose you. A lot of us are in certain situations based on focusing too much on our children. So not taking that time to take care of you first. Take care of you. See how I did that? Not taking that time to take care of you first, and understanding that your kids are watching you. Right. So Aisha, I know you wanted to say something.
Yeah, same. Like, I understood that I had to do what I needed to do for me. I tried the whole thing of taking the kids to the gym and all of those things, but what I realized was the gym wasn't my place. The mat was my place. I'm a yoga person. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm quick to go to the mat. I'm quick to not go to the mat. I'm a stretch whenever I need to. So what I did was allow my example to just be the lead. I went meat free, but that's not my whole family. However, if you want meat, I'm not cooking it, because I no longer put it in my vessel. If I don't put it in and consume it in my vessel, I'm not going to make it, because I don't want to add to it. However, my children, they're 18 and 14, so they're not babies. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you make the decision to put whatever your vessel wants in it. You see what I'm doing? Your stomach's upset. Remember that whole pizza you ate? Yeah. You see, mommy doesn't hurt.
It's like I feel so attacked right now.
No, but it's like, reminding them while caring for them why they're in this situation, reminding them why they don't see me eat oodles and noodles anymore, or those kind of things.
Struggle milk, man.
That's the worst. Yeah. They taste so good.
Especially at 10 cents a pack. Oh my God! But they ain't 10 cents no more. Inflation.
They got fancy too. They got fancy with flavors and stuff.
Yeah,
I would just go with chicken and beef, maybe a little shrimp here and there. They got lobster flavors, sweet and spicy.
Challenges. Still all this stuff.
Yeah, and I balance mine out. So in my head, I'm a real everything I do, I can find a way around it. Okay. I'm like, well, I don't really eat noodles, but if I do, I only use half a pack.
Oh God.
I only use half a pack of the seasoning because I feel like it's not but I heard you say you can't digest noodles, and I didn't think about that. So what is it, like plastic or something?
It is. It's crazy. It's some type of material that they make the noodles out of. And it's not even just one serving. Like one brick of noodles, that's 2 servings.
Is it? We're supposed to slice it in half? It's already a struggle, man. I need to eat all of this and chop some hot dogs.
That's 2 servings.
The fact that he had to call it a brick.
Yeah.
Right. The brick of the noodles, he said some type of material. If your food is made of a material, you probably should.
You ever heard about the noodles though? They not real.
I don't go done
I heard about. I was about to say that. But because I heard it's like the noodles and the rice. I seen a little thing about rice.
Yeah, I seen that too. Yeah.
It stresses you out because I'm like, what can I eat?
Right.
So when you have that, and I know that you mentioned earlier, Josh, like that rabbit hole of with so many things out. Again, all these gimmicks, all these people, everybody got something. All you gotta do is.
I think wait, when you say gimmick, right? I want to. Is anybody y'all familiar with the endocannabinoid system in your body?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yes. Well, that's the endocannabinoid system, right? Mm-hmm. It has receptors, and it targets like everything in your body. Pretty much has a receptor to it.
Right.
From the way you digest food, from your height to your weight, because everybody got a height and weight you're supposed to be. From the way you process pain, from the way you process stress, all types of stuff is ran by this system called the endocannabinoid system, right? I'm keep throwing it in the CBD, right? But because your body is made has CBD in it, and through the years it gets lower and lower from the things we go through. Meaning you might get sick, it lowers our CBD in our body.
Okay, so CBD is an acronym for endocannabinoid system.
No, CBD is a component that's in your body already. It's also produced in a plant called hemp.
Okay.
That's
what you rap?
No, hemp.
It's just marijuana.
Huh?
It's marijuana.
Hemp and marijuana is different plants.
It's not the psychoactive part.
Yeah,
it's not the part that gets you high.
No.
Okay.
That makes sense?
It gives
so it's missing that.
It gives you a feel. It gives you a feel good because it targets, like I said, CBD. It targets a lot of chemicals in your body. It helps
CBD has so many qualities from mood stabilizer to anti-inflammatory. That's one of the ones I incorporated before the company actually got it about 2 years ago. And I would go to a co-op in West Philly to go get my CBD, and that's one of the ones where, especially with the seizures, when I don't have it, I can tell that I haven't had it in my body.
Right.
So to have you guys, so you just started selling. I know for like how long you been?
I've been selling it probably for like 3 months.
3 months. Okay. So you're new with selling it, and then you've been taking it for a certain amount of time. So how do
I was taking it also before I started selling it?
Okay.
I was taking, like I said, I became a product of the product. I wanted to see what this stuff was about.
Right.
I've been taking it for about a year as well.
Okay, you've been taking it. You ever tried it? You? Okay. Because that's what I wanted to hear. Because I know that like it's so many different things and products that we can use and utilize. So whether it's lose weight, stabilize your mood, different things like that. How do you? And I want to ask all of you guys whether you've taken it or not, or even why you haven't taken it, because I know for me, it is that rabbit hole. When you don't know, it's so hard. So this is for my viewers that don't know, and everybody that hasn't been taking classes and don't know the properties of all these things. Like, how do we pull it together? Like, what do y'all think is the best way to like just find something, focus on it, and stick with it? Because I feel like every day something new pops up, and it's like, okay, because before 5 years ago, I never heard about CBD. I just knew it, and I'm not saying it wasn't out there.
CBD been out since God created man. God created the plants. The plant called hemp. It's been around.
Are they like melting it down and then extracting the CBD? Are they calling it that?
For clarification, CBD is also found in cannabis. You can find it in hemp, you can find it in cannabis.
Right.
It just has two different types of properties when the body receives it. The CBD that comes from hemp does not have the hallucinogen that goes into it as far as the cannabis, but with cannabis, you do have the CBD realm in there as well as anything that it will make you feel mentally. So it's basically a stimulant. It is a stimulant.
It feels so overwhelming.
Yes.
CBD.
It counteracts.
Go ahead, what you were
I think it's a huge responsibility for anything you're going to ingest.
Yeah.
I mean, you would do your research if you're going to buy a car or a house. Yeah. These are things you're going to put into your body. I think you should do the research. And I think that the CBD now is becoming trendy.
Right.
So there's a lot of companies coming out real quick trying to get the money grab. And you need to take the time to do your research and really be dedicated. I've heard a lot of the CBDs have been tainted.
Yes.
That was where I was going with it. Like, how do the consumer? I'm like, how does the consumer then trust the product? Because then it's just like, well, you selling CBD and you selling, I don't know what's what.
So
you need to know.
The toxicology report.
Yeah.
Toxicology report.
And
the company I work for is broadcast. It's on the website, it's on the products, it's all of it. You can look it up. You know what I'm saying? you have, like I said, you have to know what you put in your body. You know, you got to know you can't go get it from the gas station because you can be getting.
The gas station might just be the plug. Like shit, I'm selling lots of gas stations. That's where everybody can get to it.
I think that when it comes to what you should put in your body will tell you. So like you have half the table here, half consumed it, but half haven't.
Right.
The other half they have not consumed it, and maybe because you're not supposed to, and your vessel said, no, this isn't what I want in it. This doesn't help me focus because I know people who could take a CBD and they're
So
out
how
like
many
a lamp.
forms? And I don't want to cut you off. How many
There are
forms?
capsules, there's
Okay.
oils, there's different ways you can
Tinctures,
ingest
gummies,
it,
candy.
you can rub it on your
Oil.
body. It's all it is what they've been using, which is the oils, and they found different ways to manipulate the oils to put it on the body or inside the body to help from the healing process. You know what I mean?
I got it.
You ain't felt it.
Like oil.
He ain't with it.
I ain't with it. I'm not with it. No, hold on. Let him
I've never
answer.
taken anything. I've never taken protein powder. I've never taken CBD. I drink a black cup of coffee. I can work out for 2 or 3 hours as long as my mind is right. I
The
can keep going.
caffeine can go.
So honestly, like I feel like the CBD and all that wave, and this is no shade to any of my people watching, and I love you all, but it's just like Herbalife. Like
No.
I feel like Herbalife is the same. I'm just saying, as a consumer, as just a mere person that just wants to lose weight or just like looking for something. It's just like, what the fuck? Everybody pops up now, it's Herbalife, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Now it's THC, and I mean,
Activated walk, activated _walk. You know, I just wrapped up an episode of Talk to Me Tuesdays. Tune in 9 o'clock every Tuesday.
go ahead, say
So I'm
something.
gonna say that I think before if we're gonna talk health and wellness,
Yes.
we need to talk about whole foods
That's
before
right.
we start talking about supplementation.
Yes.
I
Thank
think
you.
that, like you said earlier, instant gratification. Everyone's looking for the magic pill. I'm gonna take one thing one day and lose all the pounds. It's like it doesn't work that way. You gotta
It's
put
all
the-
about the grind,
Yeah, you
y'all.
gotta put the
Stop
time
being
in. Yeah, you
lazy.
gotta put the time in. Yeah, and I think Whole Foods is where you should start. If you're not cooking,
Like the store Whole Foods or?
No.
I was gonna say, 'cause they're real expensive, so do you have a discount code?
That's
All I'm
that's
like,
whole check. I'm talking
right.
I'm talking about preparing your own food at home, cooking,
Yeah.
you know, taking that time out to prepare your own food.
Make
You
it
know,
as fresh as
make it as
possible.
fresh as possible. Eating it when it's done being cooked, you know.
Oh wait, what's wrong?
Getting the proper vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, right, fiber.
Fried, and I never thought about the having it when it's just get cooked. Is that a thing?
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's much better for you. You know,
Yeah.
you lose the nutrients as you know if
The
you
more you
store it.
longer you cook it.
I mean, for time, I mean, we do say
Did
meal
y'all know
prep.
that?
We do say meal prep just for
Right.
the people that are crunched on time. It's better than going out.
But
getting
not
it
meal
done.
prepping for a week, like that drives me.
Yeah.
Like when people say they meal
2
prep for the whole
weeks,
2
week,
weeks,
like
yeah, right.
I'm like, days.
Okay, so guys, we're learning that meal prepping for a week is actually not good because
It's not like
so you're losing nutrients as the food. Because again, I never knew that, and I always thought the whole meal prep was for a week. Like me personally, I can't eat the same shit for a week, so I'm not doing that. But I will, like, I plan my meals, and I'm intending to, like, okay, I'm gonna cut this up, make this, or whatever. But I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So again, this is some of y'all might know that, and hopefully my viewers and y'all are smarter than me, and y'all know these different things. Because I didn't know that. I knew certain things like, oh, if you make like this is better fresh versus getting cooked. Of course, I knew about fried foods, but I never knew about that. So why is it not? So what is a good time frame to meal prep then? Like a day or two?
I say a couple days.
2 days, 2
Yeah.
days. That's what I
Yeah.
say.
Everything that's said about 2 days, that's what.
For one, if you just look at the food after a couple days, like think about how your food looks after a couple days. Like you don't, it looks
looks
disgusting.
shriveled up and stuff.
Right. It's lost all its nutrients. It's like dried out. Like
Especially if you're already just eating light skinned chicken breast and that's all you can eat when you meal prepping. If you're still eating meat.
I'm just saying.
I was about to say, because, oh goodness, if you still eat meat, do you guys eat meat still? Okay,
I
so-
transition more to plant based, but I do eat meat. So.
Okay.
I
Both.
I don't eat seafood right now.
You don't eat seafood?
See,
I only eat seafood right now.
That is the only thing.
I try.
So I don't say I'm not pescatarian. I don't like all those labels. Like
Yeah.
I eat what my body
The
wants.
labels.
Right. So
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the label because I feel like there's so much shame. Like it's like you be embarrassed to say you eat meat now. It's like
no.
Because
What you about to say,
people get hip to that.
I ain't about to say that.
All the processed stuff. The processed stuff.
that's what I'm saying because I'm like a veggie burger or like a soy burger.
I'm gonna get a burger, right? But this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the market. I'm gonna make sure that I get beef. That I'm gonna try to get grass fed, right? I'm gonna get the beef. I'm gonna make it myself. I'm not gonna have to bun, and I'm gonna have my burger because that's what I want.
Period.
But that's important too, to control the controllables. Like if you control what you eat, then you cannot like be mad at getting those extra calories that you may get from a restaurant because they put too much dressing on it.
Right.
Because a lot of times you don't realize the difference between 2 ounces and 4 ounces or 6 ounces.
Right.
But your body understands that difference.
Right.
Man. So if you can control that stuff and put a lesser amount of dressing, less eggs if you eat eggs or whatever you may put on top of a salad, that helps you. That goes a long way.
Yeah, and I think so, guys. It is very important to remember that even things as small, what I'm getting from all of you guys is even as simple as if you're not on a full-fledged diet or you're not vegetarian, pescatarian, or whatever, just starting with making your own meals. 2 to 3 days tops, not a week. Clearly, don't do that. If you want to meal prep for a week, I guess what are we like? Maybe chop everything up. Does it lose nutrients as you chop it up too?
Yeah, it's exposed it. Because
that's, you know why? Because the air is fucked up.
I'll say this.
Come on, Keith, give me some.
It's better to meal prep than go to the restaurant.
Right.
So
you gotta take a lesser if you have to put it in the freezer. That's a rabbit hole in itself.
If you have to put it in the freezer.
Now I have done that. Like I'll chop my vegetables and then it's just like, oh, I have so much zucchini left and put it in the freezer. But then last time I did that, it was like a little have some
don't buy canned goods either.
Yeah, I know you can't. Now I will say I've been came off the canned goods since I stopped struggling. I haven't been struggling that shit. You know, I'm looking at my paycheck sometimes. It's like, you know, if I could just get 35 cans of this, I'd be alright. You know, canned goods be like fucking 45 cents versus because even frozen. I do try to eat more, like I try to eat fresh vegetables, but I came off canned goods and went to frozen first. So it is like all transition of you gotta do what you can. You stop off canned goods and then go to frozen, then go to fresh and then go to organic. Because we don't know whenever it's gonna finally be organic, we'll never know.
Just try to shop on the outside of the supermarket.
That's right. Yeah.
That's my universal law.
I heard that before.
Yeah.
Because
that's where they have all the fresh stuff up.
That's where pretty much everything fresh.
The cold, fresh.
You walk on the inside, that's where all the
processed. Everything processed because it doesn't need that refrigeration.
Like when I go to the supermarket, I just try to stay on the outside.
And think about it. If you leave something out on the table and it, biodegrades. But if you leave something like a burger or a Twinkie, it lasts for 30 years.
Yeah.
Imagine what it's doing while you ingest it. What your body's going through trying to.
See, and when he paint that type of picture,
it can't be.
it's just like, so we all got we get an X-ray, got a little Twinkie just sitting in your stomach. When you 7 years old.
I got a colonoscopy.
You know? Do y'all get anybody had a colonoscopy? Do y'all get hybrid like colonics?
I'm a little nervous. Nah, I'm good on that.
So y'all telling me you never had a colonic either?
No.
Did you neither? No. Now I never had a colonoscopy, but I have had a colonic. The hydrocolonic. It's a little different. Yeah. But I feel like it's the same shit like you saying the CBD do. It's just like, so if I could take this pill or drink this tea and flush out my colon, I would not go there. Like I feel like I would do that before I took the pill.
Because especially when you're talking about the tea, and not all of the tea. So please, let me be clear. I'm not talking about all of them. There are some of those teas that will tell you on the package how often to consume them, but the ones where you're really just dealing with the herbs, there's nothing extra in them. Those are very gentle cleanses. That's a cleanse and a detox you can take every day. That colonic, you cannot do that regularly. It's just like getting a colonoscopy. When you get that colonoscopy, they even tell you how to consume and what to consume after. I didn't know because the kickstarting of your system.
That's why I got this multivitamin too. That you know about the multivitamin. That thing, it's like equivalent to eating 10 salads. A tablespoon of this multivitamin is equivalent to eating 10 salads. And I'm talking about.
I'm scared of that shit. See, and me personally, like I'm scared of products. I'm afraid of products, and I don't know if any of my followers or viewers, feel the same. But I know, and that's why I wanted to have this show to bring all of you guys different. Y'all all have different aspects of it, and you get overwhelmed.
And that's why I say you have to. I'm sorry, but that's why I say you have to listen to your vessel because I first when I started my weight loss journey, I came back from Afghanistan 150 pounds, and within a year I was 274 because of medication. So when I started my journey, I wanted that microwave quick fix.
Right.
So I did products, and I went hard on products. I lost maybe 50 pounds. The moment I started, even down to when I got my fruits and vegetables from my father's garden versus going to the supermarket. You know what I mean? Seeing the difference.
So she got the plug.
Yes.
I had a water plug in the garden. I don't even know where to get proper dirt from. Shit. Dirt at Home Depot don't broke. Fruits and vegetables.
So you do have to do what's best for your vessel. So if you're not a product person and your body said, I don't want products.
Well, my mind said I don't want products, I don't even try it.
Got it.
Anybody, like, how do y'all feel? So
all natural products.
I don't know. Because again, then that goes back to my preface. I said I don't believe that nothing's all natural. I'm like,
you can't say something that's all natural nowadays, and it don't be all natural. That's just
bullshit. I know everything is all natural. It's like all natural this is right in the middle aisle, in those aisles that we said all natural cookies, all natural.
These major companies, they not doing it. They not saying something that's all natural. And
have you ever heard about the cereal companies that have been sued for having the GMOs? That is the most FDA approved way. Look up different lawsuits within this country, within the big companies that are being sued for claims of this being a natural thing or this being organic, and then you find out no. It is not by no.
And you gotta get sued to find out that it happened. Which means how I'm taking this shit or eating it or cooking it or thinking that it's unnatural. And like I said, this is at the end of the day, I feel like it's unfortunate because we're all where we are, right? So unless you're at a space of, you know, you have a farm or because then I'm just again I go too far into the conspiracy theories because then I'm just like, well, where do seeds come from? Where do you get them from? All that. So, you know, but it's just like if you're not in the situation to do that, I feel like we're subjected. Yeah, I am. I can admit it. Which is why I had this show. I'm like, let me get a whole lot of different opinions so I can figure out where I'm coming from.
Hey y'all, it's your girl WomanLife just wrapped up an episode with just Jocelyn here on Talk to Me Tuesday. Catch it Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Multivitamin. Because I feel like Whole Foods, again, I'm going to keep
That's
saying.
what I was going to say.
If you need vitamins, then go eat a handful of spinach.
People ain't doing that.
I mean, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It is difficult.
The vitamins is more convenient because, you know, you can eat
That's the key right there. That convenience, just like you said, microwave, quick fix, all of those. It's all about that. So guys, it sounds like overall we have to just understand it's nothing.
I don't got time to be picking stuff out the garden.
But at the same time, you can get as much as you can from actual food though. So I don't recommend a multivitamin to people unless they're not getting what they need from Whole Foods and they're just not going to eat what they should. Right? So that's fine, but then when you do, like you said, you do have to find a vitamin that actually is what it says it is. Because you can walk into a CVS, all those aisles, the FDA, the only thing they need to be on the shelf is to not do harm to your system, right? So what they say is in there, that's not regulated. They're not third party tested.
But I think the vitamins and supplements, they're kind of like the windows on top of the house. You need a foundation.
Right.
So the foundation is your diet, and the concrete.
The foundation is your body.
Right. The foundation is your body, but even with that,
inside of your body.
But with that, you don't eat like supplements every day.
Right.
You need vegetables, proteins, whatever. And the vitamins are just an additional aspect of your diet.
Right, guys. So supplements, just because you're taking pills and different things like that, you still have to do the primary stuff.
It's the stuff that you need.
Well, let's just be honest. If somebody is eating, let's just say McDonald's, they're not gonna lose weight by just taking.
Right. I'm gonna go to McDonald's.
You know what I mean? Like they're going to lose weight by eating healthy, cooking a good, wholesome meal, whatever that may be.
And then
now what's going to give them that boost in the gym is that vitamin.
You know what I mean? That's what helps the B12 and the B2 and the vitamin C and all that your body needs. Because if you're working out, if you're not supplementing your body with these vitamins, you're working out for nothing.
But I want to say too, the bioavailability is something that's very important. When you take a multivitamin, you're getting that whole list of vitamins and minerals in one capsule at one time. When they should be naturally broken down, like in an apple, you may only get vitamin A, vitamin K. So I've noticed when taking multivitamins in the beginning of my journey, which I stopped doing now, is that I had my urine, not to be too graphic.
Yeah, no,
my
give it
urine
to
was
us.
like highlighter. It was like radiation color, and I felt like I was just passing all those vitamins through my system and not really absorbing them because they're not paired with fiber. They're not paired with all the things that your body's like a green light to soak it all up.
And I think with the multivitamins, because you know, so many of us, even if it's not like your type of product, even if it's just regular like Centrum or you know Daily Flintstones or whatever, everybody doesn't need. You know, if you have high whatever, give me something. I don't know. Yeah, if you have I wasn't talking about like a bad thing. Like if you already have like iron, perfect example. Like I'm anemic, like I have iron deficiency anemia, so it's just like I don't necessarily need a multivitamin with all this extra shit. I really just need the iron.
So
Like that's what I need.
Nutritional yeast.
Nutritional
yeast.
Okay.
That is a great source of iron.
Nutritional yeast. No,
nutritional yeast is
Yeah.
something
It's
to
yeast.
cook with.
Oh,
And then you can put it literally on
Spinach.
everything. And
Yeah,
it's
spinach.
consuming that at least 3 times a day. I've had my numbers jump 3 levels, and I've always been anemic. But taking an iron pill created constipation, which created seizures, right?
Because I was gonna say that when I was in the hospital, I was hospitalized in the summer for my anemia. Like I passed out the whole situation, and first they was trying to give me a blood transfusion. Y'all know I'm talking about my business, but I'm gonna tell y'all. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not doing. I don't want to wake up with blue eyes or blind nothing. I don't want the fucking blood or AIDS or no shade, but no. Then I'm like, okay, so, but I hadn't been taking iron. Now, I've been anemic my whole life, so, but I never took iron since I was a kid, and I'm just like, okay. And like you said, now they have the iron pills, but I was in the hospital when they told me I was gonna get a blood transfusion. That type of shit will piss some fire under your ass. So most of us, we go into whether it's a weight loss journey or whatever, we gotta hit a rock bottom. When I was sitting in the hospital bed, it was like, when they kept telling me you can't leave unless you get a blood transfusion, I'm like, whoa, I'm all on Google, like, what can I eat that got a lot of iron in it?
Right.
But I wanted to share this because I had stopped eating meat months before. Like I was like pretty much meat free, or I had just went like pescatarian, so to speak. I think I might have still was eating chicken here and there, but that was like 5-6 months later, and now I'm here passing out. I never took iron before, so I'm like, okay, maybe I have to have that burger. I have to have that steak if that's what I'm gonna do. To, you know, I'm trying to lose weight, but I'd rather eat a steak than get a blood transfusion or take iron pills and things like that. So I think it is just important to understand that food, you know, even going back to the beginning of time, if you're religious or whatever you believe how shit got started, it's like we have everything that we needed here in the first place. So I think it's just a matter of just getting back to, okay, the food is here for a reason. That granted, we got the cows all shot up and the chickens all this. So it's unfortunate, and I think that's what puts people in such a bad spot. And I'm not gonna again go into my conspiracy theories how they fuck everything up just so we can pay everything to bring it back down. But you know, cause I'm like at some point all the cows and chickens and shit was fine. Yeah. What happened to them?
Right.
Why is this happening?
Well, to piggyback what you're saying is like you gotta understand what you're trying to work out for. Why are you going to the gym?
Right.
Are you trying to be healthy? Because if you're trying to be healthy, then you might need to see a nutritionist.
Right.
And a nutritionist is going to tell you exactly what you should put in your body, what you shouldn't put in your body, how it's going to make you gain weight, what's not going to make you gain weight. If you want to just get in the dress, then you need to get in the gym, hit them supplements, and then over time, hopefully,
Make a healthier lifestyle.
The health will come with it. So, you know what I mean? You got to understand, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because my doctor said, look, if you don't drop your blood pressure in the next couple of months, you're going to have a heart attack.
Right.
Or are you doing this because, look, I just want to look better, I want to feel better, I want to, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm overweight and I'm fat. So it all depends, like, why you're doing it. We're starting the journey too.
Right.
And don't worry about what that why is. Because people like to why shame, right? So they're like, oh, you want to do it just because you want to look good. You want to. No, I don't care why you start.
Right.
Just start.
Right.
I don't care what the reason is.
Your why is all for you. It doesn't. It's not for anybody.
You
Like
don't
you
need
can
to
share
use
with
it.
your trainer or whatever. But other than that, it's all for you. Because I like that you said that shame. Because like I said, people fat shame, we skinny shame. We got next week. We got colors, and we talk about that as well. But just that whole aspect of how society has so much impact on the things that we do.
Sure.
So many of us probably wouldn't be trying to work out and think that we even need a diet or anything like that. I feel like even the doctors, they just put you under that BMI aspect or whatever it's called, that index or whatever. And now I'm leaving out the doctors like, oh, you're overweight. You're just like, well, since when?
BMI is BS.
Yes.
BMI is BS. You gotta
Highlight, star.
Yeah, I'm still considered.
Listen.
Really? You too? See, and I almost shamed her because it's just like, that's inappropriate. But how is that? So it makes you really feel like shit.
Being contoured and being in shape is because you can be skinny and out of shape. That's
Right.
the part that
You
makes
could be
me
skinny and be like,
being
body fat.
has nothing to do with your body size. You can be this big because when I was that big, I was very unhealthy because of how I ate, what I put in my body.
Right.
I had a pooch, all that kind of stuff, and I was a little itty bit. Then I gained all the weight. Then I lost it, and I started putting the right things in my body. And what happened was this figure thing. You know what I mean? You know,
I think I got that, and that's why I'm like, I get into that.
I've seen some young ladies that may be considered not overweight and be able to outwork.
yes.
I mean, I'm talking about outwork everybody in the gym
Right.
for an hour and a half straight.
Yeah,
And I've seen some people, I've seen dudes be in the gym 10 minutes
Yeah.
and be
and
bitching.
literally start throwing up. Literally.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it all depends. Like, it's
Like the
just,
stamina in your
the
own
stamina
body and
and
everything like that.
like, it's the difference between being physically fit and just having a nice body.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like, are you physically fit? Can you run a mile? Or do you just,
I just
look good? You know what
I look good standing right here and take this one picture and then it's over.
And
I
I say
don't
that
want
for
to go
me when
nowhere.
I do the bodybuilding competitions
I was gonna
because
ask about that.
I'm getting on stage and I hate that that's the face of fitness.
Yeah.
That chiseled six pack and low body fat.
But you got it, so fuck it.
I mean, I do, but at the same aspect, I wouldn't spread that to everyone and say that that's something long term. I do that for a specific day, and right after, I'm trying to get my body fat back up. I'm not trying to stay there long term. That makes sense.
I think that's what people don't realize
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
you compete too.
Right.
They don't walk around looking like that all the time. Like,
It's very uncomfortable.
Right.
I'm lethargic. I'm tired.
Right.
Everybody needs a break too. Like,
Yeah,
I go
It's a lot of
times when
stress.
I work out high ramp, I can work out every day, and then I might not work out for a couple of days because I need to let my body
you
rest.
gotta listen to your
And I
body.
don't want to get injured. That's the last thing you do. Don't want to do. You don't want to get injured. Set yourself back 2 or 3 weeks or a month, and then you're all out your routine.
Seriously,
Because
yeah.
working out is about getting in a routine that you're comfortable in from the day to day to week to week.
What's going on, guys? This is Keith Dawson, Fit 224. Just finished a dope conversation with Just Jocelyn. You can check her out every Tuesday at 9 p.m.
And just to real quick, because listen, y'all, the way y'all talking about working out, people need to understand that it applies with yoga too. Because you can be doing yoga and you're just stretching, but you could be doing yoga to build muscles. And what people will do is they'll push because it's yoga, and it's like, no, you need those days of passive stretching just to relax those muscles.
That's a good point. I think that people think of it kind of like mechanically. They think the more they put in, the more they get out. But there's a point of diminishing return where if you go too hard, like you said, you're gonna get injuries and you can't sustain that for a very long
My
time.
body going to a state of, what's it called, when your muscles start to eat away.
Oh yeah.
Atrophy.
Yeah.
Your body.
And the heart gets too high and everything. You're not
Right.
necessarily losing
Like
weight.
literally, like when you're ripping your muscles apart. Like of course you have to let the rest inhale and repair.
So y'all hear this? So don't be just saying, oh, I'm in the gym every single day. I'm in there 2-3 hours. So what is a good time to be in the gym? Because I've heard that.
Hour and a half at the
Well,
back.
I don't think there's
We're already at the
time.
fitness
Or I
journey.
was gonna say, what are you doing in the gym, lady?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you just starting out at the gym?
Yeah.
Or you
I need
you've been in the
15
gym for a
minutes,
year,
maybe
years? It all depends. Like, 25 minutes might be good for you.
I think that's
Somebody
right.
that hasn't worked out a long time, 25 minutes is,
Yeah,
that's cool.
3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, then you might build up.
See, guys, so it can be done. You don't have to be trying to prove nothing on your Instagram story talking about, oh, I've been in the gym for an hour and you ain't worked out in 3 years.
Doing the what?
Because me, I'm like,
Doing
damn.
what?
I looked at the time and I'm looking at people and it's
I'm pretty sure as trainers y'all have done this before. Have you ever just gone to the gym and just watch?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yes.
people aren't working out.
But that's the thing.
Take a picture.
People get upset about that, but I'm all into the mental wellness. If you need to come to the gym to release in other ways, I'm good with that. Like don't take up equipment. That's just rude. Like sometimes
They clearly pulling away. When y'all just go to the gym for the pictures, do it over in the corner. Make sure you get the equipment in the background, but don't sit on it because you want to sweat.
But sometimes you are at the gym, but like sometimes I literally will be in the gym 2.5 hours just because I need to be out the house.
Yeah.
The kids know when I'm at the gym, they can't reach me.
Yeah.
Like literally,
So she's escaping.
I'm just kind of zoned out, right? And you can have that moment. I'm not in the gym 2.5 hours working out hard. Like I'm
Yeah.
not. Like I'm just not doing it.
What you was gonna say, Key?
But I was going to just piggyback what she's saying. Like, I definitely get that. But you understand, like, a lot of people, they get intimidated by the gym. So when they see these people, that's not necessarily telling people that maybe the gym for their mental, that may be a mental vacation. But I'm talking about the people that when they go to the gym, they're intimidated. Like, oh my God, they're doing that, they're doing that, they're doing that. But they only see the people that's working out. They're not paying attention to the people that's chilling, rampant, on their phone, this and that. So when you, it's like if you went to like a 5-star restaurant and you're just coming off of Applebee's on, you'll be overwhelmed. You're like, oh my God, you'll be kind of scared. So a lot of times what happens is when people go to those gyms, they let themselves get overwhelmed by things that are not really what they seem to be.
Like
You know what I mean? Like it ain't that. Like it's very few people.
And I'm guilty of that because I be like, oh yeah, no. And I don't even get intimidated by going to the gym. I be already intimidated by social media and people that I think are at the gym. It's just like I don't want to go. They posting that they've been on the treadmill for 45 minutes. I'm like, I'm not doing that. They done did 11 miles. No,
I think when you go to the gym and health and wellness in general, it's you versus you.
Right.
Keep that in mind. You can't look outside and compare and see somebody that's been working out for 20 years and compare that to your day one. If you have to go in there and do a 5-minute walk,
that's all you do.
And that's what I was gonna say, and I think that y'all all kind of touched on a little bit, like when you are getting started, and this is something that I wanted to share with the audience, like when you are just getting started, anything is better than what you was already doing. And when you said that 25 minutes, that struck a nerve to me because that it takes that overwhelmed feeling away. It's just like, well, listen, as long as I'm doing something, because I've been there and I lost 30 pounds and all I did was walk, but it's just like, well, I never walk. So your body is like, oh shit, we walking now.
Once you get into it, you exercise,
and then you can increase
yourself. So 1 week, 2 weeks, you might go 30 minutes. The next 2 weeks, you might go 35. Might be 40. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta build it up. You gotta push yourself.
So just know, guys, like it's all about just starting somewhere, and don't be intimidated. Whether it's social media, society, whatever the case. And again, I'm talking to the people that I know are following me that may be experiencing that. Especially, like I said, I was very intentional with having this episode in the beginning of the year. So many of us are just trying to do better, focusing on doing better, claiming that we're making all these changes and things, but don't really know what to do. So I want to, of course, thank all you guys for coming and let us know. Yeah, I'm about to say, go ahead.
I think it's important to have a plan.
Yes, that's how.
So when people are going to the gym, I just want to put this in there. Before you go to the gym, know what you're going to do.
But if you don't know,
go to the internet, Google, and put it.
Hire a trainer.
I'm about to say, because I'm about to give y'all that.
For instance, if you can't afford a trainer, go to Google, put in 4-week workout routine or a month workout routine, and stick to that workout. Because a lot of times what you'll see is people don't have rhythm to their workouts. They'll go work on their arms, and then they'll work on their calf muscles, and then they'll start working on their
I can see all the machines like, oh, I should get on this, oh, I'm gonna get on that.
So understand, like, your body is, get compound workouts if you want to get too, you don't have to get too deep into it right now, but understand that rhythm to your workout it goes very far in getting those results that you may want to get.
But to piggyback on that, once you get into a routine, you gotta understand that you're gonna have to switch it up at some point. Your body's gonna get used to it.
Don't overwhelm Tracie. I think that first month, if he's saying do a month, then start there, and then in time you'll change. So bam, we got a whole lot of trainers and everything. I want y'all to let people know how they can find y'all, how they can book y'all, where you at, where your products, everything like that. So real quick, we can start with you.
So you can find me on Dawson_fit224, or that's Instagram, Keith Bryan on Facebook. Also, for those individuals that are interested in coming to the Trap in the Dark, that's February 1st at the Fit Girl Army Studio. We have DJ Chad Black on the mic on the 1s and 2s. And also, for any individuals that may know someone with leukemia that's battling that disease, please reach out to us at thekeithdawsonfoundation.com or at Instagram, the Keith Dawson Foundation. We are giving out gift baskets to help out those families that have been impacted by leukemia.
Nice. Hit them up.
I can be found on Instagram at IamWoman.life. And from there, I have some pages where you can follow some yoga tips, things like that, and you can DM me for private sessions.
Period.
You can find me on Instagram at activated_walk, and on Facebook, Walter Carolina. That's what it is.
It is.
You can find me on Instagram at elite, elite.247-365, and website eliteidfitness.com to book your sessions and get personal training, get your goals done for the year.
Period.
You can find me on pretty much all social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tracie's Takeover. That's TRACIE TAKEOVER. I also train at the Edge Fitness Club in Philadelphia. If you guys want to come out, if you want a big box gym, I train there as well.
Okay, so period. Basically, we got all the training, all the yoga, all the products, whatever you might need. I just want to thank you guys, of course, for coming in, sharing your experience, sharing your information. Make sure you guys check in and tune in next week for the colorism topic. Is going to be amazing, and hope you guys have a good night.
Talk to me Tuesday, it's fresh and it's juicy. Every week a new topic, and we can get it chopping. Talk to me Tuesday, it's fresh and it's juicy. Every week a new topic, and we can get it chopping.